Hello, good morning everybody. Friends, today we are going to learn a poem from 10th standard, 3rd language English, from first unit. And the first poem, A Teenager's Prayer. This poem is written by J. Morse. The poet of the poem is J. Morse. From the title itself, you might have got idea what the poem is about. From the title, everybody might have got the idea that what the poem is about. It is the poem about the teenager's prayer. So first of all, friends, do you know the teen age? From which age it begins and ends? Teen age is a period that starts from 13 years to 19 years. 13 to 19 years. This is the period of teenage. And the speaker in this poem is a teenager. The poet is not a speaker. The speaker is a teenager. It is a prayer of a teenager. So, there is one question in your textbook. What is the age group of the speaker in this poem? The question is, what is the age group of the speaker in this poem? As we know, the poem is about the teenager. And the teenage is from 13 to 19 years. So here we can say that the age group of the speaker is between 13 to 19 years. Isn't it? The age group of the speaker is between 13 to 19 years. And if I ask you another question, who is the speaker of the poem? Is the poet a speaker of the poem? No. Then who is the speaker? A teenager is speaker of the poem. Before starting the poem, I will give you brief idea, some theme or central idea of this poem. A Teenager's Prayer is a poem which shows the dilemma of a teenager, the confusion state of mind of a teenager. About what? The teenager has to take the right decision about choosing the right path for the life. This is his dilemma. And if he does not choose the right path, then he will have to face many problems in life. And so the poet recognized the need of help of God to help him in choosing the right path for the life, so his life will be successful. So this is somewhat central idea of this poem. It will be very helpful to you while attaining the question of appreciation. So let's begin this poem. I will read first stanza of the poem. Each day brings new beginnings. What is the first line? Each day brings new beginnings. Decisions I must make. In the first two lines, the poet says that each and every day of his life brings the new beginning, brings the new challenges for him. And he himself has to take the decisions. The decision maker is teenager himself. तो पहले दो लाइन में स्टांजा के शायर कहता है या वो टीनेजर कहता है कि हर दिन मेरे लिए नई शुरुआत या नई चुनौतियां लाता है, और जो कुछ भी फैसला करना है वो मुझे खुद करना है. जिंदगी के बारे में जो कुछ भी फैसला करना है वो मुझे खुद करना है. फिर वो कहता है आई एम द ओनली वन टू चूज द रोड दैट आई विल टेक. Here the teenager says that I have to decide which road of life I have to take. On which road of life I have to walk. I myself have to decide it. बाद में वो टीनेजर, वो लड़कर उम्र का जो लड़का या लड़की है, जो भी है टीनेजर, वो कहता है कि ये मुझे तय करना है कि मुझे अपनी जिंदगी के लिए कौन सा रास्ता चुनना है. तो here there is the burden of taking decision. This first stanza shows the dilemma of the teenager. He feels burdened that he has to take a right decision for his life. In second, now I will read the second stanza. I can choose to take the road of life that leads to great success, or travel down the darkened road that leads to great distress. Now what do you mean by distress? Distress means sufferings, troubles. Here we may also say failure. तो डिस्ट्रेस के मायने हैं परेशानियां, दुश्वारियां, मुसीबतें, और हम उसे नाकामी भी कह सकते हैं नज़म के हिसाब से। तो शायद क्या बोल रहा सेकंड लाइन में, या टीनेजर क्या कह रहा है? व्हाट द टीनेजर इज टेलिंग, आई कैन चूज टू टेक द रोड ऑफ लाइफ दैट लीड्स टू ग्रेट सक्सेस. The teenager is saying that many ways of life are laying in front of me. There are many ways of life which are laying in front of me. And he says, I can choose to take any one of them. I have to choose that way of life that will lead me to success. Then he says, or travel down the darkened road that leads to distress. That way of life is also there. We travel down the darkened road where there are troubles and sufferings, and this way of life will lead to success. So here poet himself is feeling burdened. He is in the state of confusion. This is the dilemma of the teenager, that he has to take the right decision of choosing the right way of life that will lead his life to success. And if not, then his life will be completely ruined. If he choose the wrong path of life, then it will lead to unsuccess. It will lead to sufferings. So this teenager has to take the right decision of choosing the right way of life. तो यहाँ पर शायर कहता है कि मेरे सामने जिंदगी के कई रास्ते हैं और मुझे सही रास्ता चुनना है, वो रास्ता जो कामयाबी की तरफ जाता है। अगर से ऐसा नहीं हुआ, कोई गलत रास्ते पर मैं चल पड़ा या कोई गलत रास्ता मैंने अपनी ज़िंदगी के लिए चुना, तो वो रास्ता अंधेरों से होते हुए गुजरता परेशानियों की तरफ जाएगा और मेरी ज़िंदगी ख़त्म हो जाएंगी, मेरी पूरी ज़िंदगी में अंधेरा छा जाएगा अगर कोई गलत रास्ता मैंने चुना तो यहाँ पर उस टीन एजर के माइंड का डायलेमा बयान हो रहा, उसका स्टेट ऑफ कन्फ्यूजन बयान हो रहा। तो दिस पोयम इन द फर्स्ट टू स्टांजास ऑफ द पोयम, the teenager is in a dilemma of choosing the right path of life. If he chooses any wrong path, then it will lead to unsuccess or distress. So he has to take the right decision. This is the state of dilemma. Then the poet understood or recognizes the help of God. There is a need of help of God for taking the right decision. So in third stanza, he urged to God, he prays to God. What does he say? Please open up my eyes, dear Lord, that I might clearly see. What he's saying? Please open up my eyes, dear Lord, that I might clearly see. Here the teenager prays to God to open up his eyes, to give him broadening outlook, that he may understand every angle of life. यहाँ पर शायर खुदा से इल्तिजा कर रहा है कि वो उसे इतना वसी नजरिया अता कर कि वो जिंदगी के हर पहलू को समझ सके, वो जिंदगी के हर पहलू को देख सके। So the poet is praying God to give or to open up his eyes to understand the broad aspect of life. He may understand every aspect of life. Then he says, help me stand for what is right. Bring out the best in me. Then the poet prays to God, oh God, give me that power that I will stand with what is right and bring out the best from me. Here the teenager is saying that to the Lord, to the God, or he is praying or urging to the God that give him that power that he may stand with the right things, whatever is right, and bring out the good qualities of him. The good qualities which are present in him. He is asking God to bring out those good qualities. तो यहाँ पर वो नौजवान ये कहता है खुदा से कि उसे वो इतनी ताकत दे कि वो सही रास्ते पर कायम रह सके, सच्चाई के साथ कायम रह सके, और उसके अंदर जो अच्छाइयाँ मौजूद है वो अच्छाइयाँ बाहर आ जाए। ये इल्तिजा है उसकी। So in the third stanza the teenager is praying to God. Now, in the fourth, I will read the fourth stanza of the poem. Help, Lord, to just say no when the temptation comes my way. Do you know what is temptation? Temptation is strong desire. Temptation means strong desire to do something wrong. टेम्पटेशन यानी कुछ गलत करने की जोरदार ख्वाहिश पैदा होना. तो यहां पर शायर कहता है, हेल्प लॉर्ड टू जस्ट से नो व्हेन टेम्पटेशन कम्स माय वे. द टीनेजर इज अगेन अर्जिंग एंड प्रेइंग टू गॉड दैट हेल्प हिम, that he may get the power to say no against the wrong things, that he can overcome the wrong things and he may stand with the right things. So here the teenager needs the help of God to say no against the temptation, to say no against the wrong things. तो यहाँ पर वो टीनेजर खुदा से मदद की इल्तिजा कर रहा है कि वो उसे इतनी ताकत दे कि वो गलत कामों के साथ ना खड़े रह सके, वो गलत कामों को नहीं कहने की हिम्मत जुटा सके और सही के साथ रह सके. ये मदद की इल्तिजा कर रहा है. That I might keep my body clean and fit for life each day. Why the teenager wants to say no for the temptation? So that he can keep his body clean. If he say no for the temptation, then he will be able to keep his body clean and fit for each day of life. And if he remains with the temptation, then his body will be spoiled. His body will be spoiled with the evils. He will not be able to stay fit. So, the teenager says, to keep his body clean and fit for every day of life, he should be able to say no for the temptation. And for this, he needs the help of God. तो शायद या वो टीनेजर ये कहता है कि वो उसे इतनी ताकत दे कि वो बुराइयों को ना कह सके और वो अपने जिस्म को पाक और तंदुरुस्त रख सके जिंदगी के हर दिन के लिए. अगर वो बुराइयों को ना कहेगा, अगर वो बुराइयों के बरखिलाफ रहेगा, तो ही वो अपने जिस्म को पाक और तंदुरुस्त रख सकेगा. और यहाँ पर वो खुदा की मदद चाहता है इस काम के लिए. एंड नाउ इन द फाइनल स्टांजा द पोएट कंक्लूड्स बाय सेइंग, when my teenage years are over, I know that I will see that life is lived its very best with you walking next to me. At the end, teenager says that when my period of teenager will be over, when I have completed my period of teenage, then I will see that the life which I have spent of teenage, it was the best. Why? Because that life he has spent in the company of God. During those years of teenage, God was with the teenager. So the life which is spent in the company of God, it is successful, the best life. He will cherish his life when the teenage years are over. तो यहाँ शाहिर कहता है कि जब उसकी टीन एज की उम्र ख़त्म हो जाएंगी तो वो देखेगा कि उसने वो जो ज़िंदगी गुजारी है टीन एज की, लड़कपन की, तो वो ज़िंदगी कामयाब थी, बेहतरीन ज़िंदगी थी. क्यों? क्योंकि उस वक्त खुदा उसके साथ था, उसने खुदा की सोबत में वो ज़िंदगी गुजारी, इसलिए वो कामयाब थी. बेस्ट, द बेस्ट, बेहतरीन ज़िंदगी थी. So in this way, this is a short poem which we have concluded. I think all you might have understood this poem. So there are some questions and answers. Here in the poem, question number A, B and C is asked. In question number A, there are simple factual questions. In question number B, there are complex factual. And in C, vocabulary or figurative language questions are being asked. So there is the first question, what is the age group of the speaker in the poem? We have already answered this, that the age group of the speaker of the poem is between 13 to 19 years. Then the next question is, what decision does the speaker have to take? What decision does the speaker have to take? We have seen the speaker have to take the decision of choosing the right path for life. isn't it? Then the next question is, what does each new day fetch? Fetch means bring. What is the question? What does each new day fetch? Means what does the each new day brings? And it is only in the first line that each new day fetch new beginnings. Or we may also say the each new day fetch new challenges. Have you got all these three questions? Now next, how should one react to temptation? How should one react to temptation? We have seen it. One should able to say no to the temptation so that he can keep his body clean and fit for every day of life. In this way we will answer this question. Next, there is, what effect does the speaker wish to see in himself at the end of teens? What is the question? What effect does the speaker wish to see in himself at the end of teens? What does the speaker wish to see in himself? The speaker wish to see that the life which he has spent in the teenage, it was the best, as he spent his life in the company of God. He may cherish the life of teenage. All these things the speaker wish to see at the end of teenage. Next question. In what condition does the poet wish to maintain his body? In what condition does the poet want to maintain his body? Poet want to maintain his body clean and fit, isn't it? Poet want to maintain his body clean and fit so that he can overcome any challenge of life. In this way, we should answer this question. Whose company does poet wish for in the walk of life? Very simple answer. Whose company does the poet wish? The poet wish company of God or help of God in walk of life, isn't it? So in this way, we have answered all questions which are given in your textbook, isn't it? So open the page number 4 of your textbook, English workshop. Choose the correct alternative and complete the given sentences. Alternatives are there. It is very easy to solve them. You are myself do this activity. Then next question is find and write the pairs of rhyming words. You know how to find out the rhyming words. In first stanza, it is make and take. This is the pair. Second stanza, success, distress. Third stanza, see, me. Fourth stanza, way, day. So these are the pairs of rhyming words, which may be asked in question number C. Now friends, there is one important question of appreciation. This is for 5 marks. Question of appreciation is for 5 marks. Now, some headings will be given there. As first heading will be title. What you have to do here? You have to write the name of the poem. Here we can say the title of a poem is A Teenager's Prayer. Next heading is poet. Who is the poet? So here we can write the poet of the poem is J. Morse. Next, rhyming pairs. You have to write 2 to 4 rhyming pairs. Next point is about rhyming scheme and central idea. First of all, I will tell you a central idea of this poem. Before beginning this poem, I have explained it. What you have to write here? You have to write it in 4 to 5 sentences. Here we can write the poem Teenager's Prayer is a dilemma of teenager. As he is burdened to take the right decision, to choose the right path for his life. If not, his life will be ruined. So poet recognizes the help of God and he prays to God to help him in taking the right decision so that his life may be successful. You can write this in central idea of the poem. Have you got it? Now let's see how to prepare the rhyming scheme. How to prepare the rhyming scheme. See here. You have to see the last word. Beginnings. You have to see the last words. Beginnings. Then second line last word, make. Then choose. Then take. give this A, this B, this C. Now see here, make and take rhyme with each other. So here we have to give the name B. So the rhyming scheme of the first stanza is A, B, C, B. And the poem follows same rhyming scheme till the end. The poem is in a single tone. Same rhyming scheme has been followed in the poem. So in the rhyming scheme we will write, the rhyming scheme of the poem is A, B, C, B. What is the rhyming scheme? A, B, C, B. This is the rhyming scheme. Now there is also one point about the figure of speech. There is one point also about the figure of speech. So figure of speech used in the poem is apostrophe. Now how to identify the figure of speech? Apostrophe. What will you say about the apostrophe? How to recognize it? In apostrophe, the poet talks are addressed to the abstract person. In apostrophe, in this figure of speech, poet talks with abstract person who is not in present, like God with the dead person, isn't it? The poet in apostrophe figure of speech, the poet talks with abstract person. Means the person who is not in present. He may be the God, he may be the dead person, it may be the life, it may be the dream. So there is one very beautiful line in this poem about apostrophe. Which is that line? Please open up my eyes, dear Lord. This is the best example of apostrophe. Please open up my eyes, dear Lord. Here, poet is talking with Lord. Poet is talking with God. Is God present in front of him? No. It is an abstract person. So this sentence is an example of apostrophe. So while figure of speech, you have to write only one figure of speech. Here we can write the figure of speech used in the poem is apostrophe. And you have to write example of that. So you will write this line. Please open up my eyes, dear Lord. So in this way, you have to complete or you have to solve the question of